We begin today's story with tough news out of the WNBA, as CaitlinClark has announced she will sit out both the three-point contest and the WNBA All-Star Game happening this weekend in Indiana due to a re-aggravated groin injury sustained late in the Indiana Fever's win over the Connecticut Sun. This marks the second time this season Clark has been sidelined by this injury, having previously missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final. For fans who have watched her transform the league's popularity, it's a major disappointment. It's even more than that for the league itself. Just as Clark confirmed she's missing the WNBA's signature All-Star Weekend, NBA Commissioner AdamSilver is reportedly growing deeply concerned. The timing is especially damaging as the WNBA faces crucial collective bargaining agreement, CBA, negotiations that could determine the future of the 2026 season. With tensions rising and a potential lockout on the horizon, Clark's absence has sent alarm bells to the highest levels of basketball leadership. Silver's worry isn't misplaced. He's gone on record saying he wants to see Clark treated fairly. But after watching the league's brightest star sidelined due to injury mismanagement, the pressure is mounting. Silver's commentary reads less like fan support and more like a stern warning to the WNBA. Right before going off the court, Clark released a message through the Indiana Fever stating how thrilled she was that her home state was hosting the All-Star Game. Yet she was incredibly disappointed she wouldn't be able to participate, emphasizing that she has to rest her body. She also said she'll still be present to help coach and support the event, showing the kind of professionalism fans have come to love. Still, none of this erases the fact that the WNBA is facing a self-inflicted crisis. Fans didn't want to see Clark helping coach. They wanted to see her dominate on the court. So how did it come to this? Many are pointing the finger directly at WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, accusing her of failing to protect the league's most valuable asset. Prominent sports writer Christine Brennan called out Engelbert's unwillingness to speak directly about Clark. When asked specifically about Caitlin, Engelbert repeatedly tries to pivot to Angel Reese or others. But if the question is about Clark, it deserves a straight answer. This inability to address the obvious has infuriated fans, analysts, and players alike. Engelbert's failure to forcefully defend Clark after incidents like the Marina Mabry hit, where Clark was shoved to the ground and refs initially only issued a technical foul, demonstrates a complete absence of accountability. The league was only shamed into upgrading the call to a flagrant 2 after public backlash. By that point, the damage was already done. This situation is a reflection of larger, systemic issues. Since the start of the season, over 141 injuries have been reported. That's out of just 179 active players, across only 44 games per team. That means nearly every team is losing multiple players to injury in a short season. That should be a blaring alarm for Engelbert to demand structural reform. Yet she stayed passive. Meanwhile, national TV viewership for WNBA games has collapsed by more than 50% since Clark went out. Fever games had been averaging 1.8 million viewers before her injury. Afterward, they dropped to just 847,000. This massive drop in ratings means millions in lost advertising and sponsorship revenue. Engelbert's silence in the face of this disaster is almost surreal. Then there's the officiating, which many believe has directly contributed to Clark's injuries. WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo openly called out missed calls on air, describing obvious fouls that were consistently ignored by officials during Fever games. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White echoed the frustration, saying the treatment of her players was egregious and disrespectful. Following the Connecticut Sun game, White gave an emotional post-game rant where she said, "Everybody's getting better except the officials." That wasn't a hot take. It was a calculated statement about a failure that's persisted season after season, with no visible effort to fix it. In fact, White confirmed that the same officiating problems are brought up in league meetings every fall and spring, yet nothing changes. This isn't just about CaitlinClark anymore. This is about a leadership vacuum that's hurting the entire league. The Fever Sun game saw 5 technicals, 3 ejections, and 2 flagrant fouls, all pointing to officials who lost control from the opening tip. The bigger story here is that these issues have been left unaddressed because of a structure that pays refs per game and allows them to also officiate NCAA contests, leading to split focus and inconsistent standards. It's chaos masquerading as professional sports. The sports betting markets offer another lens into Clark's value. Betting activity on Indiana Fever games dropped nearly 50% in the week after her injury. That kind of immediate impact shows just how deeply her presence affects the league's economic performance. When one player's absence causes a near collapse in both ratings and betting activity, you know the league is dangerously dependent and doing a poor job of protecting that investment. AdamSilver has praised the visibility Clark brings to women's basketball, but has also made clear that he's paying attention to how she's being treated. Translation: the NBA sees the mismanagement and is losing patience. The officiating crisis isn't isolated to Clark. Kelsey Plum also exploded in a post-game interview, stating she's getting fouled on every possession without a whistle. The inconsistency from game to game, quarter to quarter, makes it impossible for players to adjust and impossible for fans to enjoy. It's not professional basketball, it's a liability. The All-Star Weekend situation brings it all to a head. Clark is on billboards, in commercials, and on every piece of promotional material across Indianapolis. Yet due to injury, she's sidelined. The city has built the entire weekend around her, and now she'll be on the bench watching. That's more than unfortunate. It's a PR disaster. Combine this with the backdrop of expiring CBA agreements and looming labor disputes, and you've got a potential implosion. Clark was a model of durability in college. She didn't miss a single game. Under WNBA management, she's already missed 10 due to injury. The injuries have moved from quad to groin to re-aggravated groin, which suggests something deeper is mechanically off due to constant abuse on the court. Analyst Rachel Da noted this pattern and explained how injury shifting often indicates body mechanics are being pushed out of alignment, usually due to overuse or repetitive stress. Again, officiating is at the root. The numbers speak louder than anything. Clark's return game drew 2.2 million viewers, with a peak of 2.8 million, 76% higher than the league's average ABC game. She's not just a breakout rookie. She's the WNBA's entire economic engine. The league's projected to cross $1 billion in revenue this year, largely because of Clark's impact. And yet, leadership can't manage to keep her healthy enough to even appear in their biggest showcase event. Christine Brennan was clear. She likes Kathy Engelbert personally, but the league office is failing. They're missing a golden opportunity to capitalize on the most popular player women's basketball has ever seen. Clark's college finale drew 12.3 million viewers. Her Final Four matchup hit 14.2 million, making it the most watched basketball game on ESPN that year. The audience is there. The moment is now, and the WNBA is fumbling it. Fans have started organizing online petitions demanding accountability from the league, especially regarding how Clark is being officiated. These aren't trolls. These are engaged fans who want the game to grow and can't understand why league leadership is this detached from reality. Every stat proves that CaitlinClark has supercharged the WNBA. The 10 most watched WNBA games since 2002 all happened this year. All featured Clark. Her presence is responsible for record-breaking numbers across multiple platforms. Lose her, and the league could crumble. The international implications are just as real. When your domestic league fails to protect its stars, players and sponsors may look to overseas opportunities instead. Growth becomes impossible if you're burning out your most valuable players. And the entire problem boils down to one truth. This was preventable. Better officiating, smarter scheduling, real leadership. All of this could have protected Clark and allowed her to shine this weekend. Instead, The WNBA is trying to figure out how to run an all-star game without its brightest star. And AdamSilver is watching. His recent comments aren't suggestions, they're warnings. This isn't just about sports. It's about the future of women's basketball and whether the WNBA is equipped to lead it. Fix the officiating, protect your players, or risk losing everything. This has been Hollywood buzzing, where the truth hits harder than the headlines.